Hey everyone, so this is going to be a review video. I will be reviewing some makeup brushes for you which I received a while ago, so this is very overdue. Excuse my voice, I'm still recovering from a flu. I have everything. I might sound very manly and very nasally, so apologise for that. I'm sure you would already have heard about this company, but they are called Hair and Makeup Addiction, and I've seen them quite a lot on Instagram, and I've also seen a couple of YouTubers also do reviews on their brushes, and they sent me some brushes a lot. Honestly, it's a long time now, but I've had enough time to use them and test them out so I can give you a proper full length review. I'm just going to show you the brushes. They all look like this. These are, I got two sets, so this one is the one I haven't used yet, so I'll show you all brand new and clean, and I'll obviously show you what I use each brush for, and my favourites and my not so favourites. My least favourite brushes as well. I'm just going to show you the face brushes first. You have five face brushes. The first one, I'm going to start with this little one. This, and also each brush has a name, so it's also easy for you to identify and decide what you want to use it for. So this is called the Mini Buffer, so the name says buffer, so it's used for buffing. This I use for liquid foundation. It is absolutely amazing for liquid foundation. It's so soft and it blends in really well, no streak lines, nothing, it's just seamless and it's amazing. So this is what I would reach for foundation. I used it in my last Get Ready With Me video. I actually used these brushes in that video, so if you want to see them in action, I will list that video in the description box or somewhere in this video. The next brush is the Finisher. It obviously reminds me of the Flat Tip Beautybyjj Sigma, and just looks like that. And the brushes, by the way, are all synthetic brushes as well, but they're so soft. You can use this as a powder as well, but I feel like this is more of a foundation brush. The next one is called the Buffer. This is the bigger version of that smaller one I showed you. This one I use for powder. I use this for my all over powder, so my Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC. I would use this. Normally I would use a bigger brush so that it doesn't pick up so much. This brush tends to pick up quite a lot of product just because of the way it's shaped and how small it is. It's not as wide as I would want it to be. Something like your MAC Studio Fix powder, you can probably use this because this can pick up a lot more product. But for something like the Mineralized Skin Finish, I probably won't use this brush, but I have tried this. I've just picked up a little bit and then just applied it all over my face. The next brush is this one, and this is called the Classic Painter. This one I use for applying my under eye concealer, so this is quite wide. Also reminds me of the MAC 190, I think it's a 190, and also the Sigma brush as well. And I use this just to apply my under eye concealer and also to set it. So the powder that I will set it with, my Bed Night powder, I'd also use this brush as well. And it's a nice shape, nice size, and just fits in underneath my eyes, and it's perfect for that as well. So for applying concealer, I would my under eye concealer, so this is the lighter shade, I would use this brush. And the final face brush is this brush. This is called the Blusher. It also has quite a good size for applying blush. Just fits into your apples of your cheeks really well, and it also blends the colour as well. So they also come with eye brushes as well. They have 6 eye brushes. The first one is this brush. This is the liner brush. I use this for shaping my brows. So I would use this to apply my brow powder or eyeshadow, and it's perfect because it's so angled and sharp, and it's very precise, and it's amazing. This one I use the most out of all the brushes. I will definitely tell you my favourite ones, but this is the one I use the most. I absolutely love it. It's just very nice, because a lot of these brushes that look like this sometimes kind of sort of move around too much and doesn't really give you that precise line, but this is amazing. The next one is called the Shader. I use this to apply concealer when I'm shaping my brows. It's amazing. It's also very precise. One of my second favourite brushes out of the collection, and it just basically just draws a line so perfectly, and I always use this. It is shaped like a concealer brush. You can use it for all over your face, but it is very small, so I definitely just focus on my brows. The next brush is called the Detailer brush. This one is one of my least used brushes, and I would probably say this would be for like maybe your inner tear ducts. I haven't really used it for anything else besides just putting eyeshadow in my inner tail ducts. That's pretty much because it reminds me so much of the pencil brush by MAC and by Sigma. So this one is one of, no, I don't really use this that much. The next brush is the highlighter brush, which looks like this. This can be for like applying shadow in your crease, a precise like application. Though it's called the highlighter. Oh, I guess it's meant to be like a highlighter for your brows. I've not used that. I haven't used it for my brows, but you can also use it. It just fits there and just basically apply your highlight colour. The next brush is the blender brush. It reminds me of the fluffy blending brush which I use to apply my all over concealer, but I'm not a fan of this brush. I just don't like it. It's not dense enough for that. It doesn't really blend that well either. So I don't really use this brush at all, but it's supposed to be for blending. I guess you're blending in your crease and stuff. I just don't reach for it. And then the final brush is the Queen. Now this took me a while to figure out what it was used for as well, and it's quite a small size, and I just didn't know what it was for. I decided to use it for contouring. So if you want a really like precise line, this will be really perfect for that. I'm going to use a different brush to sort of blend it out, but this one I didn't find it useful besides that. I normally have a different brush for my contouring, so I don't really reach for this one either. I have had these brushes for probably over like 2 months now. It's been a while, and I have washed them and they don't shed. Everything comes out. The way I wash my brushes now, the way I clean them, I use washing up liquid. So washing up liquid, you know, the one you use for plates and stuff. And then I add a little bit of either olive oil or vegetable oil, whatever is available in my kitchen. So I use a tiny bit of oil. I basically put some soap on the brush, swirl it around, and then add a little bit of the oil, and then sort of squeeze it out like that. And when you squeeze it out, you just see all the makeup come out, and it literally, your brush is left brand new. I didn't figure this out till like quite recently, and at some point I wanted to throw away a lot of my brushes because they weren't getting cleaned, especially my Real Techniques brushes. But I tried that method and all my brushes look brand new. So that's how I clean my brushes. But then these brushes don't shed. I haven't experienced any shedding or any weird smells or anything, or any like sort of colours coming off, maybe like a dye or something. Everything is so intact. I like the handles, pretty different, and I like the fact that they have names as well. So at least if you're a beginner, you kind of know what it can be used for. And to be honest, do I reach for the brushes compared to my Sigma brushes? No, not really. I still use my other brushes a lot more than I use these ones, just because I'm pretty much used to them and I have specific brushes for specific things. The only things I use the most, like I said, are the 2 brushes for my eyebrows, the liner and the shader brush. These 2 are the only ones I would say get the most use out of, in the sense that the names are even rubbed off. That's how much I've used them. So in all honesty, I haven't reached for these brushes. Like, I don't reach for them on a regular basis, but these 2 are always being used. So if you're looking for affordable brushes, they're actually based in the UK, but I know that they ship internationally as well. So I will link their website in the description box as well. I do like the brushes. I haven't had issues with them. I just don't reach for them as much, but they are really good affordable brushes and they actually do the job. So definitely check them out if you haven't already done so. That's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really sorry about my voice. I know it just doesn't sound very appealing to anyone. I know it doesn't sound appealing to me, but I had to film this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.